to PSGL F11 round 8, I believe.
Oh,
Okay,
8.
you're horribly off. But I believe it is round 8. We're heading to Vietnam today and a new track, so not sure what to expect there. However, I'm Sora, joined by Lewis Marshall as usual, and Marshall, over to you.
Yeah, so good evening everyone, hope you're all doing well. And tonight it's the first equal racing's here around Vietnam, so what do you think is going to go down, Sanjay? Are you looking forward to it, or do you think it's going to be a dull, boring race quickly before we get
Well,
to
I
the
really
weekend?
wish you didn't ask me that question, as I've already had a race on Vietnam, and I have already seen a race on Vietnam too. So I'm not really that optimistic about the expectations, but we'll see what we'll get. But nonetheless, I'll
Yeah,
let you start off with your interview.
yeah. So I'll interview you tonight, Luke, and you haven't had the best of luck in recent weeks. So, do you think you can get nick points here if people crash out or lose their wing or something?
That's definitely the plan. I think maybe just be a bit more careful tonight. It is a street circuit. Driving it flat out all the way around is probably just going to lead to me making more mistakes. So yeah, probably just take it a bit easier. You say I've had bad luck. Zandvoort was bad luck. The rest of
Yeah,
it was just
Zandvoort was unlucky.
Zandvoort was bad luck. The rest of it's just bad driving, on my point of view, more than anything. If I'm being brutally honest with myself.
It's so unlucky though. Like you have improved quite a lot. I've seen in qualifying, especially. You've always been you've been getting closer to the top 10 every week. So, gotta give you props for that. So, do you think you can get close to the get top 10 again tonight, or maybe get into the top 10?
It would definitely be nice, yeah. Obviously, I think sometimes if you're starting in the top 10, you want to start a bit higher up in the top 10, not necessarily ninth and 10th, just because of the advantage of having the fresh tyres. But yeah, qualifying's always been a bit of one of my weaknesses. If I'm being honest, I'm not the best at pushing the car to the limits over one lap. I know that for myself, but I think on the opposite side to that, I think I can be a bit cleaner on, a bit fresher on the tyres, maybe a bit kinder to them than some of the others. So we'll see how it goes tonight around Vietnam. A lot could depend on the weather because it's in that Southeast Asian region. Same with Singapore, same as Malaysia, where quite often in real life Formula One there's extremely heavy rain around there. So that can make it very interesting indeed if qualifying and race are happening in two completely different weather conditions.
Yeah, I think it was Malaysia 2009. Was it when they had that like monsoon or something?
Yeah, the Raikkonen ice cream race, and I think
Yeah.
further back from that, I think I've seen the highlights of this one. I think it was 2001 as well. I think there was one there where they had to bring the safety car out because it just absolutely threw it down, and cars were aquaplaning off all over the place. You don't really get that on this game, but I have seen it a few times in different races where it can get wetted up for the safety car to be deployed. Although I do think around here, if we get any rain whatsoever, we'll be seeing a safety car, just because I'd expect, no disrespect to anyone, but it's going to be very tough in the dry to keep it on the track around here, never mind if we get any rain.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. And do you think with the rain, do you think that could be an opportunity for you as well again to nick points?
It might be I have done, as part of my team, I did a race around Vietnam, and it was heavy rain all the way through, and I was actually not too bad. I think I had to use less flashbacks in that than I do when I drive in the dry, which is amazing. Maybe it forces me to be a bit more careful, but yeah, if it rains, it's definitely an opportunity. Safety cars bunch to pack up. Might get a bit lucky on the strategy. To be honest, when I know I was unlucky getting taken out with the incident with Phoenix and Savetti in Zandvoort, but I'd played it pretty well when I came in with a safety car, and I'd got myself into a pretty high top 10 place. In fact, I think if I'd have missed that accident, I'd have been running provisionally in 5th. I'm not too bad at calling the changeable weather conditions. I do think that's one of the things I'm good at. I tend to do okay at like calling when to come in for the tyres. Sometimes maybe risking staying out if I feel like the rain's getting heavier, but it's going to lighten off again soon. So I think it's definitely a good opportunity. First, I've got to finish. My finishing record's been appalling. So hopefully, I'm just hoping to get to the end.
Yeah, and you said like mixed conditions, like wet to dry or dry to wet. you think usually Jeff is like the indicator telling you when it's time to swap or DRS enabled, etc. Are you good changing that so you go like one lap early to get like an undercut and everyone else?
I think sometimes to be honest, it depends how I'm feeling. If I feel like I can hold on, I'll try and hold on, but sometimes on this game it just changes so much. In Zandvoort, I was halfway around the lap and I'm thinking, yeah, this is completely fine. 2 or 3 corners later, I'm understeering all over the place and I'm like, I've got to get to the pits now. Where I think I do well is if we get the ridiculously changeable conditions. So probably if we get to a point where, let's say it starts off dry, it starts raining, I put intermediate tyres on, and then it says, oh, the track is good for wet tyres now, but it's going to stop raining in 5 minutes. I'm not too bad at holding it on a wet track on intermediate tyres. I've done it in some other races before, and it sometimes works okay, especially if there's a safety car and you get that wet dry transition. I've done it before where the safety cars come out for the rain, and I've been sticking on intermediate tyres just because by the time the safety car came in, it was ready for intermediate tyres, and everyone else dived into the pits. So that would be a nice situation tonight, but we'll just have to see how it goes. I think everyone had hoped for a dry race, and it'd make it easier for all of us. So I'm hoping it stays dry.
Yeah, it would be. To be honest, I don't really mind if it's dry or wet because I think it's going to be a chaotic start, but then I feel like it's just going to. Everyone's just going to be like in the DRS train of each other, like in Austria, where you just follow each other. So it's going to be interesting tonight. So good luck tonight. Hopefully, see you close to the top 10 and finishing.
Thank you.
And Sanjay, if you want to interview Jendrik now.
And on to us, Jendrik, and well, you've kind of been up there quite a few times actually, battling for good positions, but if I do remember correctly, you've been a little unlucky sometimes. So, like, how do you feel like your season has gone so far?
Season's really good, but in Hungary, the puncture in the last few laps, I'm really tired and angry at the moment.
Well, it happens. Nonetheless, though, we're heading to Vietnam today. A new track for everyone. How do you feel about that?
I had the track really. It's not my favorite track.
I don't think it's anyone's.
Yeah. Do the best thing on it.
Oh, what about weather conditions? Do you feel like it'll be good with some rain, or would you prefer it to be dry?
Dry, 100% dry.
No doubt. No doubt. And what are you gonna be chasing today? Are you looking for a podium, a top 5, top 10, finishing?
Top 7.
Ooh, top 7. Let's say top 5 then. Unless though in the championship you are sitting in 12th place right now. What is your goal for the end of the season?
In top 10 in P9.
Oh, top 10, not too far beyond. Actually, I think looking at it, you are kind of in 10th. You are on the same amount of points as the 2 drivers ahead of you. And in the constructors, you and your teammate Saberi is currently sitting in 5th, so right on the middle of the standings. Any goals for the constructors before the end of the season?
To hold the position, to hold 5. A good position for the team.
Alright. Well, in that case, then I can see that we're getting ready, so just say good luck for tonight, and
Thanks.
We'll see if we'll see you later again. And over to you, Marshall.
Yes.
So, with that out of the way then, we are currently looking like we're getting ready to go into quali. And then we'll just pitch in that. Make sure to... Oh my god, I've got completely forgotten what I was about to say.
The sponsor.
Oh! Yeah, that's my brain in action, isn't it? But yeah, a huge shout out to PSGL's official partner, Brutal Democracy, for sponsoring the league with a total of 250 quid of prize money for the top 3 tiers. You can find them at brutaldemocracy.com. If you like their Twitter, it's BDG_esports. For content on Twitch and YouTube, it's One Brutal Force and Brutal Democracy before Instagram, where you also have it on Brutal Democracy. 250 quid, Marshall.
Yeah,
You're not gonna
money.
get any of that.
Oh. I thought you were about to just say, like, what would you spend with it if I had it?
Well, no. First, I was just gonna rub it in that without racing you can't win it. But
Maybe can you do, being in the top 3 tiers?
Well, we don't need to talk about me, but nonetheless, though, 250 quid, some decent amount of money. What would you spend that on?
Money for the PS5. To be honest.
Aye.
What? It'll help, massive help. Like, if you get to the digital, you just need like 100 odd quid more.
True. And to be fair, who would get the disc one nowadays?
Yeah, I'm getting digital when it comes out.
Well, I'm not gonna be getting it instantly, to be fair, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll get it on release day, but hopefully around my birthday time, around early December. So.
I feel like it's a little wasted to do it usually, because like just like with PS3 and PS4, they're like, I don't know how long it all was after release, but maybe like half a year, 2 years time. There's always that Slim and Pro versions coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, though, I Will Hit You Soon is the first one out on track, I believe. He should be, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, first podium last week in Italy.
True.
So,
Could be interesting to see if he could replicate that here. As we see him now getting into the third sector in a moment. Still on his outlap, for anyone wondering, even though he is actually using his ERS, so that's an interesting tactic.
I didn't even notice that.
Imagine if he runs out. Nonetheless, though. Oh! And he goes into the pit.
Yeah, and he's retired. Has he got a quali ban for us?
I don't know, but considering that it looked like he was gonna go on a lap, I would assume so.
I'll check on Discord.
Who is the first one on their lap then? I think it is Steve then, so... Well, JMK has actually started his lap, but nonetheless we're gonna follow Steve as he heads into turn 1. Not that difficult of a corner before he then heads into this long right-hander. Then getting as tight to the wall as possible, be same on the exit there. Then on to the first of 2 long straights.
I just read the stats findings, and Dion has got a 10-second penalty for after the race.
That's a huge trip. Nonetheless, we see Steve heading out of the hairpin and long on to the very long straight. Is it longer than Baku, Marshall? Do you know?
They must be similar.
It must be longer.
Looking at the map, it does look longer.
then into a very heavy braking zone, heading towards the third sector, and probably the trickiest place on the whole track into the S section. And I can
It's the
tell you,
most
Marshall,
fun.
this S section is just horrible to drive. It
You
is
think?
so
I love it.
tight, and how you love it, I have no idea, but it's so horrible because it's so tight that it's easy to just get damage from missing a corners tiny bit. And there is also for the race it's even worse as well. It's one thing is to get yourself through it, but you also gotta actually trust the cars ahead of you to get through it without
Yeah,
crashing. Because
the grid of 19 as well.
if they crash there and you're behind them, then like
You're
that's
just
a
a
rip.
passenger. Yeah.
Oh yes, as Jendrik crosses line with a 136.8.
And Dean has just informed us that Dion's penalty was for last week's race, I believe.
Oh.
And Luke said it's rain expected in the race. So, what I was talking about before quali, it's going to come true soon. A
Well,
wet race out of Vietnam.
I feel bad for these guys then. I've driven this track in wet weather conditions, and if you think it's bad in dry, then oof,
Yeah.
you're in for a surprise.
I feel bad for the guys who haven't done any wet practice either. Is anyone on a lap?
Oh, we're following Baba O'Reilly right now. He's
Yeah.
heading towards the S section on his medium tires right now.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a bank lap for him, just to get a feel for the track in these conditions.
There's yellows flashing, however that might just be somebody slowing down. As Luke heads into the pit. What about Alimonda then? He's on the lap.
Oh, whoever that was. Even that.
Well, Alimonda has just started his lap actually. As the still sitting. Ooh, as Alimonda got a little bit close to the wall there, I think.
I was just on board of Toast's lap, and the person in front of him lost where the pit lane was, so he had to cut the track to go into the pits.
Yeah, it's not an easy pit to remember, to be honest. Yeah. And ooh, small back end loss for Alimonda there.
Did a bit of rallycross drifting.
A little bit, then heading down this long straight. And I can tell you, Marshall, from my experience on this track, people are gonna try to make an overtake before the hairpin. That would be on the first straight. And for anyone doing that, then like they most likely will get a huge rip on the second straight.
Yeah. And if you took it down the inside of that hairpin, it's so tough to get the move done because it's so narrow, really. It's like the track, then the curb. That curb on the outside, I think it's just horrible.
Well, let's see now. Mark heading through the final few corners now. Not gonna lie, this last corner can actually be a little bit tricky. It's quite easy to like
tip your wing, wasn't it?
Ooh, as he goes second. Yeah, but it's just like if you turn it a little bit early, you'll hit the inside wall, and if you're a little bit too late, you'll hit the outside wall on the exit. It's a little more tricky than it looks like.
Yeah, you just need to keep your focus. If you lose your focus a little bit, it's easy to just chip your wing.
Oh, very easy indeed.
And I'm just looking at lap times. What a lap from Steve. 7 tenths clear of Mark or Alamondo in seconds. So,
he is currently sitting in a pretty pole position there.
I'm just on board of JMK coming into the last sector.
As are we, and I was gonna say there are still drivers who will probably try to challenge that. I don't think we've seen a proper lap from Dion yet. JMK, obviously, he's going to be finishing his lap right about now, and it's going to be a 1:35.3. And that's actually still 3 tenths behind Steve, so
Yes.
that must have been a good lap done.
Yeah. We know there's going to be rain in the race. I'm just thinking, if a few of them have got wet setups on, maybe.
Could be. Oh, and I've just noticed Williams who spun in the corner after a long straight. Might have been.
I
It was
think it
not
was Toast.
Terminator.
He's lost a bit of his
It was
wing.
Toast, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Terminator has actually just started a lap, so let's keep up with him then, as he's heading through turn 1. Then through that long right-hander. Quite an easy corner to actually invalidate. It's like you think you can't push a lot around that corner, and you can extend a little, but it's like a little difficult to actually notice exactly how far you can push it before you invalidate.
Yeah. So it's that little chicane as well. Terminator just went through. I think it's easy to cut that as well. If you like turn it a bit too early, maybe, and just cut a good chunk of it. I just coming down this long back straight. Oh, he's gone a bit deep, and it's interestingly, he stayed in second gear. I would go down to first for that.
Well, I would too, but like from my experience on this game so far, Marshall, in some corners, like first is just not as effective as it was on previous games, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like some corners, yeah, you have to use it, and some corners it works pretty well still, but other corners just feels like the car's unsettled itself completely if you use first.
Yeah, I think it's necessary. A good lap from Terminator.
Yeah, and we didn't actually notice it, but Black Phoenix in second currently, and Abmo in third now.
Yeah, it looks like Dion's just done a lap to up to P6.
RP is now on a lap too. I can see that Dino is on a lap as well.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Dino.
RP as he's heading through these S's. Not gonna lie, these S's here reminds me a little bit about S's in USA, except for the walls. As RP goes 9th. And we head over to Dino.
Seems like it's quite a solid lap so far.
Oh, we'll see as he's gonna go through the final corner to cross the line and do a 1:36.1.
That's weird because I thought that looked quite quick, but it's second off his teammate. So that's interesting.
A little bit weird. Yeah, but we have seen Dino not having the best first laps earlier in the season too, though, and then he's shown up to his last attempt, actually grabbing a really good lap in the end.
Yeah, I think Dino's better in the race as well than he is in quali, which I'm sure most drivers I've met are usually better in the race anyway than quali, because no one's happy with their quali lap really, unless if it was a perfect lap. Which is very
there
rare.
is no such thing as a perfect lap, Marshall.
As close to perfect as you can then.
There is only such a thing as perfect for your standards.
Yeah.
As Infinite is going over the line to do a 36.7.
Yep, Steve just slightly improved. It's just scraping into the 34s now.
Oh. What about as Juho goes into the pit? Which
I don't think anyone's on a lap.
There is nobody on the lap right now. Kelvin just started his though, so we'll go over to him as he's heading through turn 1.
Kelvin
I can tell you already now, Marshall. Turn 1, we're gonna see wing damage for people there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was about to mention last week for Kelvin, so unlucky. Last car on Italy and the last lap.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still not sure what happened. Was it a puncher?
Pretty
They
sure it
fought.
was, yeah.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, and around goes Kelvin.
I haven't seen anyone spin there before.
Well, to be fair, you haven't seen many people go through there before at all, Marshall.
I was just thinking that as well.
And let's see, people on outlaps. Who is closest to starting their laps?
Um,
Abmo? No, it's not Abmo.
no, it's
Phoenix? No.
I think Infinite's just started the lap, has he?
Well, that would be on used tires. Nah, he's not using ERS, so...
And he is now, I think. Yeah.
I think Alimonda is one of the first people to start a lap soon. Yeah.
I'll just keep an eye on Infinite, see if he's up in his time. No, he's down by 8 tenths.
Well, that's what the ERS does.
Yeah, and he always done what Kelvin did.
Alimonda now pushing through turn 2 here. Didn't really have the best exit out of turn 3 last time.
Oh, bit of
Very
as
close
well.
to the wall in the end there. And in the first sector, he's 2.5 tenths up on his time. Now heading through this hairpin. His long hairpin.
It's an awful corner.
Yeah, I would agree on that.
To be fair,
Nonetheless,
most of Vietnam's just awful.
it is, and so many good tracks they could have brought onto the calendar, and we
Yeah.
have to deal with this.
Yeah. At least in real life we've got like Turkey coming back and Imola and Nürburgring, which is
Well,
really good to
it
see
is
that.
for one-offs though, Marshall, remember that.
Yeah, but
Nonetheless, Mark's
still be good
still
to see.
2.5 tenths up on his time, now heading through the S's. I won't lie though, I am looking forward to see Turkey and Imola
Yeah.
and
I don't.
Nürburgring.
Yeah, it's a one-off, but still, still gonna be cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Mark
Ooh,
loses a
Mark
bit of
taps
his
the
front
wall
wing.
there and doesn't actually improve his lap either.
Yeah, it's not great for Mark as he hasn't
As
got no
we're now
time.
following Abmo as he's going through the S's and through the second to last corner. And will he be able to improve his lap? He's going to go over the line to do a 1:35.4, which
It
is
doesn't
not an
improve.
improvement. Terminator now also in the S's. Wait.
Black Phoenix is finishing the lap, coming for the last corner. As he gets pole, 34.4.
Oh.
He's got the starter lap coming to turn 1. I'm not sure how he's done that with the Thomas already at 0.
Well, I don't know when he crossed the line, but I do know there is a glitch to manage to start your laps after the timer has gone out, so...
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's F1 2020. There's just glitches everywhere.
Well, I mean, we've seen the trend the last few games now.
Yeah, this one seems to be the worst though, for a few years. As James Kane is on the
This
lap.
one, I think it's the worst by far of all time, Marshall.
Yeah, which one? Which was it? 2018? Where is that? Where was desync?
Well, that was 2018, yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
But the thing is, though, the desync issue, although yeah, it is a major issue, that was a little more avoidable, as like
Yeah, you just don't
it
follow
just
too
meant
close.
that it just meant to not pull out of anyone's slipstream right on their tail. It meant like pull out a little before, and most
Yeah,
likely it'll be fine. Although there was other
yes.
issues on that game too, but yeah.
As Jen K's gone P2, Dion's gone P3. Let's see.
He's heading through the final corner, and he doesn't manage to improve his lap.
We've got Jendrick, who's caught up to Juho in his lap. And he's got
And
past him.
oh, and that is gonna be a slight improvement in the end. What about Dino? It's a 2/10 improvement from Dino as well, but that only holds to 10th place.
And it looks like Black Phoenix on pole by a 10th.
Oh, JMK got pretty close in the end there.
Yeah. I was surprised about Steve. I thought Steve had a few more attempts in him.
Well, I mean, considering the first lap he did, that was already, what was it, a 35 flat or something almost?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought he had more in him on his last lap there, but you never know. He might have had a really good run on his first lap, and maybe he didn't get it together on the last run.
Yeah, it's
Nonetheless,
very
it
interesting grid.
is CPI Black Phoenix on pole position ahead of JMK in second, then Dion in third, Steve in fourth, Abmo in a surprising fifth, I would say, Marshall.
Yeah, good.
Not
Good
every day
performance
we
from him.
see Abmo that high up in quali. Then
Yeah, it's good to
Terminator
see.
in 6th, Saberi in 7th, Jendrick in 8th, Alimonda in ninth, Dino in 10th. Then outside of the top 10 we have RP, Toast, Infinite, Pander, Juho, Kelvin, I Will Hit You Soon, Baba O'Reilly, and Matt in last.
Yes. What's the strategy around here? Do you know? For the drive? Actually, no, it's
Um,
irrelevant because we know there's rain this race, but
well, yeah. But in the dry, I believe it is soft to hards,
yeah.
if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Nonetheless, people are picking their strategy, and as we can see, though, it's not raining from the beginning of the race, Marshall.
It looks quite nice weather from the start.
So, but we have on good authority that rain should be expected, don't we?
Yeah, we're not sure when, but we know it's going to hit eventually.
And in this case, everybody outside of the top 10 might be in a much better position than everybody inside the top 10, depending on when the rain is supposed to come.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if people start on hards and just wait to the inters, or if people like to go in mediums to try and get to the inters and be a bit quicker. What would you do, Sanjay, if you're outside the top 10 right now? You go softs or mediums? Sorry, mediums or hards.
Well, let me see if I can remember correctly here, because in the race I did at Vietnam, we got rain halfway through. I started outside of the top 10, so I was in this exact situation, but I can't remember if I went hards or mediums. I think I went hards.
As looking at outside the top 10 now, the only person who's gone on to the softs is Toast. Then we've got RP on the hards, Infinite on the hards, Panda on the hards, and Matt on the hards, and Juho, Kelvin, I'll hit you soon, and Luke on mediums, so a mixture.
Yeah, if I can remember correctly though, the hards were pretty
Awful.
disgusting to drive on.
Yeah.
But then again, that doesn't really matter if if you don't think your mediums can reach the rain, because then like, oh, as Black
Oh.
Phoenix has gone straight on in corner after a long straight.
He must have just lost some concentration and just like switched
And
straight
here
on.
are the strategies popped up on the screen: soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium. In that case, I'm a little unsure what I did actually after all.
Nah, it's probably a two stop slow around here.
Well, I mean, you have the straights that you can overtake on.
Hmm.
But then again, like I noticed when I did my race, if you want to make it overtake, you gotta be smart about it. Don't just go for the opportunity no matter what. If you go for it on
Yeah,
the first straight, you're pretty much screwed on the second one. Unless you're pretty confident that you can get that good of an exit. But then again, it's a long straight, that second one.
yeah. As
So
we can
if
see,
you, with a little
oh, yeah,
patience and waiting for that second straight, then you should get through pretty quickly.
patience is the key around here then.
Nonetheless, we have 4, 5 red lights, and away we go in a matter of
Oh,
moments now. This is always as fun, but there we go,
here we go.
and
Yeah,
it looks like a fairly decent start from most inside the top here. Dion has had an amazing start on the outside actually, as he's gone up into
yeah,
P2, as he's passed JMK. We can see that Abmo and Stee are currently fighting for a position together with Sabedi. I think I saw some wing damage behind there too.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, crash.
I think I saw somebody
Abmo.
in the wall there.
Yeah, it's Abmo.
Oh, and it's a safety car. And how many corners of racing was that, Marshall?
2 corners. 2, 3 corners. So
Well,
involved, it was Abmo and Kelvin, it looks like.
well, it can't have been those two involved together. You gotta remember, Kelvin started all the way down
Yeah.
in 14th or something. Abmo was in 4th. But
Let's see if anyone else has got damage.
as we can see on the positions gained here, then Dion up 1 position after a good start. JMK of course down 1 position, then Sabedi and Alimonda both had good starts, up 2 and up 3 positions for those two. Jendrik up 1, Toast actually quite a good starter, Marshall up 4 positions at the moment.
Oh, Terminator's got no front wing at all. So he might have been the incident with Abmo.
Could have been. And as for the people then who's lost the most, it is Erminator and Ammo, then Kelvin after that. As we can see that.
Dino pitting.
Surprisingly enough, nobody in the lead here is pitting.
Yeah, so I assume Dino's going to go into hards. Mediums, okay.
Well, rain Marshall.
Yeah, I thought I'd go to hards and just wait till the rain.
Yeah, true, but considering how many are staying out still on the soft tires,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have that many laps before it starts raining, to be honest.
Yeah, the safety car is going to slow things down, so the rain's going to get closer. So maybe Dino's going to have the right choice here, going on to mediums.
Could be.
And Dion, yeah, up to P2. Good start from Dion.
As Juho has decided to go on to soft tires in the pit. Abmo and Kelvin both onto mediums.
Yeah.
Matt and Dino on mediums, then Erminator on hards, yeah. And then the rest of the drivers on the tires they started on.
So, who would thought there'd be a safety car on the first lap? I think everybody. So,
Got to say though, Marshall, have you seen an earlier safety car than this in this tier before? Turn 3,
uh,
that's quite early.
yeah, that's quite early. I wouldn't be surprised if we had one like at turn 1 once. Like maybe at Belgium or something.
Well,
But
maybe. I can't remember anyone right now that we've had that early though.
no, but I know you've had some early ones in the past, but turn 3 is very early.
Oh, it is.
And I'm just keeping the eye on the clouds, and it seems
Still
alright to
looking
me.
bright.
Yeah.
As there's still a few drivers who still has to catch up to the safety car queue.
Yeah, let's hope everyone behaves into the safety car, because where that thing at Zandvoort when everyone was just hitting each other onto the safety car.
Hmm. And look at that, 5-second penalty,
Oh, yeah.
5-second penalty. The usual ones.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
that's
too
cool.
strange to see some of those pop up during a safety car here.
Yeah, it's people just suddenly braking, I guess, and it just catches him off guard then. I find it a bit annoying how it's usually the wrong person gets the penalties as well.
Or both.
Yeah, like if someone hit me in the rear on the safety car, and I get a pen, I'll be fuming.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember the last time I got a 5-second penalty during a safety car.
Yeah,
I think we would have to go back to early 2019.
yeah. The
Maybe 2018.
experience of it then.
It's called being focused and aware. As we now can
That's
see
what
that.
Toast has not been.
As we now see Phoenix slowing down the field there, Dion right behind him. Dion's gonna try to be as aware as possible, and Phoenix goes already here in the S's, Marshall. That is quite early.
Yeah, that's. But I'm catching Dion napping a bit, but to fair to Dion,
He did. However, I think the guy behind the both, JMK, has been the one napping. He's he's managed to have a good final few corners there and got himself inside the RS range again. However, Dion is slipping.
Yeah, but that Phoenix is already second over Dion already.
Look at this though, Steve looking a little unsteady on the exit there.
Please no safety car. I just saw a yellow flag.
Well, there's only green flags right now, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that must have been. Could have been Matt letting somebody by, you know.
Maybe, yeah. As Gendrix just got past RP up to P9.
Oh, look at this though, Steve on the back of JMK Marshall, 2/10, 1/10. He's closing, he's using his overtake, he's gonna go for it. Down the inside into this corner, and Steve is up into third, but he's gone too deep, and JMK gets him back, and look at this, the McLaren might see an opportunity here that he's not gonna pass up on. Side by side with Steve, it's gonna be too difficult to get past there.
Yeah, smart from Spessy to back off there, that was never gonna work.
And now heading through these S's again. We can see that Dion has managed to actually stay within DRS range on Black Phoenix. However, JMK is not able to stay with those two, and he's now leading the pack of the chasers here with Steve, Saberi, Alimonda and Toast. Toast barely in that pack though.
Yeah, JMK struggling. Maybe he didn't get enough temperature into his tyres under the safety car, but he's dropped off massively to the top 2. Always Steve, he's just gone for a
Oh!
drift.
I've actually experienced doing that myself in that corner before too, and it's not a nice feeling.
Yeah, let JMK breathe a bit, but it looks like Mark's now into the frame, trying to get past Betty.
Oh, he is, and look at this, quite a few different lines through that hairpin there.
Yeah.
Now heading down the long straight.
So,
Doesn't look like anyone is going to be close enough to make anything happening here.
Infamous from Kelvin spin in qualifying.
Oh.
Yeah, that hairpin corner, they just must have just hit the curb and just sent him round.
Oh,
maybe.
RP going for the move on Pander here. However, Pander keeps it on the outside. Dino though, he has made a move on I Will Hit You Soon. And he's taken 11th place.
Let's see. Yeah, Alamonda's still close to Svetti, and it looks like Steve's starting to struggle now in a Ferrari. And Sabetti almost drops it in the last corner.
Well, let's see here then. Back to the battle for third at the moment.
4th.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's actually the battle for fourth now that JMK has managed to keep Stee out of his DRS range. However, Stee, I think, might be in for some trouble heading on to the second straight here. As we can see, Sabetti getting closer.
Oh, he's outbroken himself a bit.
Oh, that might give Stee a small chance here.
RP's fast Panda again. Good move from RP.
Well done from him. Nonetheless, now heading down the long straight. Sabetti chasing down Stee here, and he's closing that gap rapidly, and now with DRS he will try to go for a move. However, he's gonna be on the outside. He's gonna try to make a switch back. And look at this, side by side with Stee, who is gonna come out on top. It's a right-hander in this next corner, but Sabetti takes the position and moves up into 4th place.
Yeah, good move from Spetty then. He used a bit of overtake to get him alongside Stee, and yeah, round the outside.
Oh, indeed.
And look at the top 2. They're just checked out.
They've bolted away.
As Panda pits from the hards. Did he pick up
Wing
damage?
then, but look at this, Alimonda on Stee in turn 1. Takes the position, however Stee is not giving it up too easy. As he tried to get back at Alimonda in turn 2, however he couldn't, but there is straights coming up now. I'm not sure if Alimonda has managed to get the DRS. He did not, which means that Stee is getting a massive speed advantage. Then into the hairpin.
It's starting to get overcast now.
And we might be getting closer to that rain period. So we're getting some beautiful helicopter shots there.
Yeah.
Now though, Alimonda.
Look at Dion right behind.
Alimonda with pretty much no DRS. Is he gonna be able to defend from Stee? Looks like it. But look at this, Dion right back on the tail of Black Phoenix. He looked like Dion was struggling to keep up with Black Phoenix for a while, but he's gotten himself closer again now, Marshall.
Yeah, maybe Dion didn't have tight temps on the restart, but lying right now.
Or maybe he just lost his
Maybe.
rhythm, difficult to say. Nonetheless, heading towards turn 1, we can see Black Phoenix going defensive. As Leon is getting closer and closer here.
He just has to wait for that big long straight for move him close enough, but Black Phoenix seems to be better through the corners.
He does. However, into the hairpin we go, and now comes the long straight. Oh, I thought I saw a small slide from Dion there. And he's not really had a great exit. However,
Just
though,
about
with
in
the
ERS.
amount of ERS that Dion has, he might still be able to go for something here, Marshall.
Looks like he's just saving it.
And he's not gonna be going for any. Ooh, as he almost went right into Phoenix there.
We got Steve Alamonda.
Steve on the inside. Alimonda gonna try to make a switch back. And he's tried to do the same move as Sabetty did earlier. However, will he be successful? He won't be.
Oh, he's got a switch back here though.
Oh, please don't do that.
Yeah, I think he thought.
Oh, and that's what happens. And Mark is out.
I've got another safety car.
And it's a safety car. And see, that's exactly what I mean about the S's here on this track, Marshall. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yes, it looks like Steve just understeered and just went into the wall.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, for me it kind of looked like Steve thought Alimonda was actually going for it into the S's, so he tried to leave him space, it looked like for me. And by doing that, he just went right into the wall, and then Alimonda was unfortunate and got collected. And yeah. Oh, and it has started raining, Marshall.
Yeah, I was just watching Steve, and he's pitted in for Inters. I was like,
yeah, same as Jendrik.
But it is raining now.
It is raining, but it's nowhere close to Inter conditions yet. But however, we're gonna have 3 laps under the safety car though, so they might have done a good move here.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's a big gamble at the moment.
Yeah. Would you stay out if you was Black Phoenix, or would you come in for Inters right now? I know the old
I don't know. But not gonna lie, with the safety car just coming out, the chance is there. I would have probably tried to gamble on the Inters. Well, in Black Phoenix's position, difficult to say.
I think I would pick just because he is an old soft, and the actions in safety car could get worse. So,
I can tell you that it does not look fun for the guys on the Inter tires right now.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, their tires will probably be burning out. So,
I think right now, for anyone who's got on to Inters already, they should just make sure to try not spin out the rear tires too much.
As RP's lagged out.
Unlucky.
So that's its race over tonight, unfortunately.
It is indeed. And we can see that Abmo is now in the pit. He's going over to Inter tires too.
Yeah, it's interesting. And look at who's in the top 10. Luke and Matt. And Juho. That's sights you love to see.
Currently 8th, 9th and 10th. Those 3 you mentioned there.
Yeah, they'll be happy to get points, as Matt has just hit Infinite apparently. Oh, it looks like Infinite must have hit Matt because Infinite's behind him.
Well, it's definitely getting more and more cloudy now. It's not a blue sky anymore, but I'm not gonna lie, Marshall, it's still not a lot of rain here.
It's only spitting. It's like
Yeah,
definitely not Inter's worthy. Like there's not much spray. Well, there's no spray at all right now.
well, there is nowhere close to Inter's weather yet, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone who's pitted on to the Inters during the safety car do realize that they are taking a gamble, and you never know, it could start suddenly just pouring down right after the safety car goes into, so kind of... Oh, and I think I saw JMK going right into the wall there.
Oh yeah, he
He
got damaged.
did, and he has... Oh, and there he is into the wall again.
Oh.
And he
Did
has
he connect
pretty
Savetti?
much just a plank as a front wing now.
Do you think that was just lack of focus, or?
For the second one, definitely understeer from the damaged front wing. For the first
Yeah.
incident there, I probably lack of focus, yeah.
Yeah, see Dino also put in. Did he get damage?
Well, we
No,
actually
he's
see a
gone to
lot
the
of people
Inters.
pitting now, and the rain is starting to hit more now, Marshall.
Yeah, so
It is a lot more visible now, so
RP. He just joined.
maybe the guys who gambled earlier on pitting onto the Inters early, and I'm not sure what what has happened with Steve around turn 1, turn 2 area, but he
Yes,
has a lot of wing damage.
he's got damage and he left. So did he rage quit or just lag out?
I do not know, but right now I would have to say that with the amount it is raining now, I don't think we're many laps away from Inters. We might only be one lap away from Inters for all we know. Which puts Abmo in a great position there, Marshall.
Yeah, it does. Good call from Admo in the Red Bull. As so said, go and sleep, lads, and he lagged out and lost his wing. So absolutely jukes his mate there. Oh, and looking at Sabetti down at the hairpin. Oh, look at him! He barely got around that corner.
And safety car in this lap.
Yeah, see, I don't think the slick runners, I don't think they've done the right strategical
Well, I
here.
think as for right now, they're probably on the right tire. But I'm just not confident they're on the right tire in, well, half a lap or a lap.
Yes, Toast gets a penalty. That's not his first one in the safety car. Dion's in. That's interesting from Dion. On the restart, he's decided to
He doesn't think it's too long before we're gonna see worse weather. Then, nonetheless, we have some guys on dry, some guys on Inters. And we can see that Pander on his soft tires past Jendrik after after the last corner, so it's probably not Inter conditions yet, as we can see that Ammo is struggling with his tires too.
Yeah, I think everyone on the Inters will be struggling for understeer and rear grip because I just don't think it's wet enough.
It is not wet enough yet. Or it did start raining more during the safety car, so you never know. It could be, like I said too, it could start pouring down in a matter of moments now, and in that case the guys who went on the media Inters might still have done a good strategy, as there's yellows.
Oh well, RP is getting, the service kicks him out again. That's just an awful game. That's so lucky. 2 weeks in a row.
Oh,
As
and
well.
look at this. We have a three-way fighter. It's Bob O'Reilly, Dion, and Terminator all fighting for this position. Dion's come out on top though, and I believe I see JK trying to force his way through there too.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye between Abmo and Panda because one's on inters, one's on slicks, so. And it
As
looks like
Black
Panda's
Phoenix.
struggling
Oh,
more.
and look at that. Terminator is around,
We've
and
got
it's
another
a safety car.
It's the third one in 12 laps. Oh.
I'm just wondering, is it still like it was in F1 2019 that you can get like a maximum of, what was it, like 6 safety cars or something?
Yeah.
Because, like, not gonna lie, we're halfway through, we've had 3 safety cars, I think we might hit that limit in that case.
Yeah. And it's a lucky safety car really for Black Phoenix because it just came out when he pitted, so it's still
True.
net P3 when all the slick runners pit. What was that safety car for? Did you say Terminator was in the wall?
He was in the wall right before the SS.
Ah.
Where JMK lost his wing during the safety car,
Yeah.
I believe. If I remember correctly.
And interestingly, Juho is pitted in for a new set of softs.
Oh, well, that's probably a mistake, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless if he thinks
it
it's
is
gonna
still
stay
raining,
dry,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is still raining, so...
I don't think I've seen DRS disabled when
We
it's been
haven't.
racing. But...
Well, to be fair, they didn't have a DRS now since the safety car, Marshall.
Oh, Juho's in the wall. Yeah. The rear's just lit up and just sent him around.
That's his front wing gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate from Juho.
Most of
And
it, at least.
Wouldn't be surprised if the top 3 all pit for inters.
Well, let's see. Sabetti is right
Becky's
into the
in.
pit.
Yeah.
Same with I Will Hit You Soon and RP, but is RP actually in his car though?
It's a
No.
ghost. No, it's a ghost.
Which leads Abmo in the lead.
Yeah. Great strategy call from Abmo, to be fair.
True. I'm not gonna lie, Marshall, I can't remember if we've seen Abmo in the lead of a race before.
I'm not sure, but he's always been up there, like, not top 5, but always in the points, I feel like.
Well, around 10th, around there, yeah, I
Yeah.
would say. Well, with the safety car probably staying out for another 2 laps, it will be interesting to see if the Inters are going to be the best tire at that point. Although, to be fair, we don't have any dry compound runners to compare with anymore, so...
There's only Steve, but he lagged out earlier, so...
Yeah,
that
these
hit
tires
that
is also
stamina
10 laps
helps.
old.
Yeah. So, who do you think's the favourite for the wins right now? Would you say it's Abmo?
I would say Black Phoenix, considering he's still in 3rd.
Yeah, it's newer into
If it weren't for that second safety car, then it would have been a little more interesting to see, but with that second safety car coming out and Black Phoenix being as high as third after his pit stop, I would say that he's a big favorite right now.
Yeah, and plus Luke, we spoke to him before quali earlier, and he said he likes conditions like these. He said he had a full wet race practice in career mode the other day, and he always gets the strategy right. Well, not always, but most of the time. So I'll just say everyone just copy Luke, whatever he does, then it's right.
Although other drivers that we should look out for is Jendrik. And it says JMK is in the lead now. Oh wait, yeah. Okay.
Did they
That
have damage
explains.
or?
Probably.
Let's see if he has his
But
win change.
other drivers, Dino in fourth. Well, he is still the championship leader, isn't he? Or maybe he's not anymore.
Black Phoenix is, I believe.
Well, still high up in the championship, and didn't have the best quality today, but sitting there in fourth right now. And then Dion down in sixth, obviously the only one who's been on pace with Phoenix today so far. So gonna be interesting to see what he can do when the safety car goes in too.
Yeah, in the driving standings, Black Phoenix is leading by 13 points over Dino.
Ooh, so I'm guessing Dino didn't take a lot of points last week then.
He got 8 points last week, compared to Black Phoenix's 12. So I think that's like P5. We've got Alamondo and third in the championship.
Oh yeah, looking at it, Dino had a few weak races in Spain and Belgium.
Yeah.
So you can see some spray from the cars now.
Yeah, it's definitely ready for inters now. It's very close in the championship between Ferrari and Alfa Romeo. Ferrari leading by 2 points. But one of the Ferraris have lagged out, the other Ferrari P4, so the Alfa P3 and one out to the point, so it's very close still between them two. As I hope the safety car is coming in too.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, it's
oh wait,
now.
no, it's going in. I didn't notice that it said it was going to go in. But nonetheless, Abmo is the one in the lead. As we're heading through turn 1, and it looks like he's going out of turn 1 there. Now Jendrik is close, but not as close that he can go for anything in turn...
Oh, he's
actually gone for it. He's braked way later than Abmo, and Abmo seems like he's just been way too cautious in turn 1. Oh, and look at this, Black Phoenix on the inside of Abmo in turn 2 here.
Has Abmo got an issue? Or is he just really cautious?
Probably cautious and struggling with the new conditions. Look at this, Dino is now going to go for that position. And up into third.
Yeah, so Black Phoenix, it's only got Jendrik to pass for the race lead again.
But he also has Dino right behind him.
Yeah. And it looks like Dino's had a better run than Black Phoenix.
Looks like it. However, there's no DRS now, but Dino is close.
Is he going to send it? That's the question. No, he's not. He's got better of it.
If I were Dino in that situation, I would have pushed a little more with my ERS on.
Yeah.
On the straight there and gone for it. As Saberi has gone for it on Dion.
Oh, Dion's got damage.
Oh. Well, that's not going to be fun for him then.
Oh, someone's just hit, I'll hit you soon. And I'll hit you soon has now got damage as well. I believe that might have been infinite.
Oh, Abmo goes into the pit actually.
Did he pick up damage on the restart?
Maybe he's just fried out his tires too much. Jendrik is nonetheless still staying in the lead for now. with Black Phoenix right behind him. But look at this though, Black Phoenix looks like he's taking a much better line through turn 2 here.
I can say, Avmo did not change his tyres, so he had a drive-through penalty for some reason.
Oh. Now look at this, Black Phoenix getting close to Jendrik, but I don't think he's gonna be able to make an overtake here. However, maybe he will go for it on this next straight. As I don't know if you noticed, Marshall, but Phoenix is taking...
Oh, that Phoenix!
Oh. I was gonna say he's taking quite a lot of much tighter lines than Dino and Jendrik. However, right now he's lost his position to Dino, and not gonna lie, looking at Dino, he might be going for it on Jendrik here, but he's
got
not.
better again. Yeah, it looks like Black Phoenix is a bit throttle happy right now, and it's costing the place to Dino.
It's costing him time too. Look at that, almost a second behind Dino right now.
He needs to compose himself and just get closer again to these two. And it looks like he has done that because he's caught up again.
Oh.
And look at Luke up in P5. He's doing a proper good job tonight. Hopefully I haven't jinxed him there. I probably have. So
Marshall.
Careful, Luke.
There, you've done it. As the drivers are now going to be heading through turn 2 again.
Avmo pits again.
This time it is probably for new tires then.
Yeah, considered Red Bull crew.
But let's see then. Dino will not go for a move on this straight. It's a Betty in the background, Marshall.
Yeah,
almost looks like he's catching.
Closer. Yeah. Could have a 4-body fight for the win here. Two McLarens, a Ferrari and Alpha.
Oh, and look at this. Black Phoenix has gotten a better exit than Dino this time. However, I think it could get difficult with Dino having slipstream from Jendrik here.
Is Dino going to send it?
Dino's not going to send it.
No. Oh, he is going to send it.
Did not look like he was going to do that. But look at this though, Black Phoenix, he is fancying his chances. As he is now going to try to make the move, but he backed out in the end.
Fair play to Jendrik for seeing that coming as well, because Dino came from a long way back.
And fair play to Sabetti, Marshall. He is in this fight now.
Yeah.
Done an absolutely amazing job to catch up to these guys.
These guys just fighting, they've just lost in time, and Sabetti is just now there racing them for the win.
Oh yes. Looking at it right now, Marshall, these four are in a bit of a class of themselves right now. If you look behind Sabetti, there is quite a gap there.
Yeah, I know Luke's taking it easy because he said earlier he's going to take it easy and just try and nick points off people's mistakes.
Oh, Jendrik with a huge slide in turn 3 there.
I missed it. I was watching the JMK battle.
Somehow he didn't actually lose much at all to Dino, but it did not look like he was having fun. Look at this, Jendrik taking a much tighter line than Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix on the inside here now. On the outside, heading on to the long straight as he's side by side with Jendrik. He's actually back now.
I think he will be side by side eventually.
Oh, soon, and Jendrik goes defensive. Jendrik on the inside, Black Phoenix on the outside. Jendrik is gonna try to break late to keep that position. Oh, look at this, I think Sabetti might actually get them both now. Oh, as Sabetti collides with Black Phoenix, and they're both in the wall.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. We got VSC.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks like somebody was trying to push because he saw an opportunity and just couldn't steer enough and then ended up colliding with Black Phoenix.
I thought Black Phoenix had a bit of wheel spin and tried to correct his car, but unfortunately, I thought Sabetti's car was just in the way and just collecting them both. But
Let's see though, Sabetty got damaged, so it's another pit stop for him. Black Phoenix will also be pitting again. Dino right now though in a perfect position to catch up to Black Phoenix in the championship.
yeah, this is his opportunity.
And Jendrik in a perfect position to take his best result of the season so far.
Yeah, I think loads of people have a chance to beat their personal bests.
And JMK at the moment, after his blunder earlier,
Oh,
up
you see
into
that
fourth
tank
again.
stopper he just had there?
I did not.
Yeah, he just had a massive wiggle.
And who's in a battle right now? Kelvin has I will hit you soon right on his tail.
Yeah, so Betty's about to get
Oh,
past
and
the
Kelvin
leaders.
goes very wide in turn 2. Oh, Kelvin almost losing it out of turn 3. I will hit you soon. Will make the move on Kelvin down the first straight.
Looks like Kelvin's going for a switchback.
Oh, and look at this. We saw this between Black Phoenix and Jendrik. I will hit you soon stays ahead, but I think Kelvin has gotten that good of an exit that he will be able to make a move further down this straight.
Then looking at the leaders, Dino's checked off 3.5 second lead as there's a yellow somewhere. It's a Juho, it is Juho.
As Kelvin did not manage to pass, I will hit you soon.
As JMK is getting close to infinite now for P3, so good results from both of them if they can stay here.
Not gonna lie, Infinite, but I believe his best result of the season is not points. So he has a great opportunity here today to not just get his first points, but also his first podium.
Yeah, imagine that. The first points is a podium. As we got a couple of ghosted cars of Steve and RP just dropping on the field.
Ooh, as JMK makes a mistake in the hairpin and lost a little time to Infinite again there. However, still catching though, and will be on the back of Infinite in not long.
We got Toast is got passed by I'll Hit You Soon and Kelvin.
Oh, look at this CPI Black Phoenix on the back of Kelvin.
Black Phoenix, I think right now with points counters opponent or rival of Dino.
Oh, and Black Phoenix is gonna go for it on Kelvin, but he's gonna have to make it around the outside of this corner. He
He's
goes
made it work.
right around the outside of Kelvin there. Little surprising how easy he got that.
Yeah.
Oh, as I will hit you soon has made a mistake right before the S's, and Black Phoenix is now pressuring him.
We've got
And
Dino in the pits. Why is Dino pitting? Did
does
Dino
he
have a drive
not
through?
believe the tires went to the end, maybe?
I know he hasn't got a driver, he's got new tyres, but interesting.
Well, he was together with Jendrik, one of the people with the oldest tires. I will hit you soon. Did he get damage in that final corner there? He lost his position at least.
I'm just watching the battle for P2 right now between JMK and Infinite. JMK is all over that not Alpha, Alpha Tauri. There's too many Alphas.
Oh, but it is difficult to get a good exit of that hairpin when Infinite has the outside line. JMK though trying to close that gap on this straight, however he is struggling a little to actually close it.
Oh, he's absolutely sent that though.
Oh, and
well
right
back
into
in.
the side of Infinite as well.
Yeah.
You know, Dino might have pitted Marshall, but he did come out in 4th place, and he is on those fresh tires. And he's
Yeah,
only 6.5 behind the cars ahead of him.
I think if you're Jendrik, you have to risk it and stay out to the end.
Oh, definitely.
No, never mind, he's pitting.
Well, maybe those tires are pretty worn out then.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, he will be coming out in 4th,
Be behind
possibly
Dino,
5th.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's gonna be behind Dino. The question is if he's
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
close with
ahead
Dion.
or behind Dion.
Dion's had a quiet race and
Gendry,
doing well.
or he
Yeah,
might actually be behind Sabetty as
he's
well.
behind Savetti. And maybe behind Luke. Wait, he's behind... No, he's ahead of Luke. So, do you think the top 2 can go to the end and then Inters? I think it'll be...
Yeah.
I think JMK can. I think it'll be close with Infinite, I think.
Oh, Black Phoenix making a move on an AI, which I didn't realize instantly, but
What a move.
but Black Phoenix nonetheless up into 9th place now.
Yeah, back in their points.
Back in the points, but still quite a few positions off Dino.
Yeah, let's see. Dino should be flying right now compared to the top 2, their new Inters.
Well, if you're looking at the gap, he is flying compared to them too.
Yeah. I'm just watching the battle between Sabetti and Dion for P4. But it's not really a battle right now, they're just close to each other.
It's a little bit closer between... Oh, Abmo hits the wall! As he... Or did he actually? There's not any wing damage. He's gotten past
No.
Toast though. But it looked like he hit the wall.
Oh, his Toast is almost hit the wall there. Let's go back to the battle for P4. And yeah, Sabetti just has to wait for the straights, I think.
Well, if he can make a move on Dion though. We know that in the dry Dion was the...
Dion was
Well, either
okay,
the quickest or the second quickest driver here.
Yeah.
In the wet, however, it is different, but I would still assume that he's among the quickest here.
Sabetti just had a massive tank slapper and just almost lost it.
As Black Phoenix
got past Panda.
Indeed. However, I'm
And
not sure if
so
that was a
close.
smart move to make though, as we can see that Panda is trying to get back at Black Phoenix there.
He's going to send it into the chicane. No, he's thought better of it. He's got a yellow flag in sector 1. It's Toast. He's spun at turn 1, turn 2.
I would probably guess turn 2 then.
Yeah.
As it looks like Black Phoenix has managed to get that position from Panda then.
I think with Dino. I think he can get P2, but it's going to be close if he can catch JMK in time before the end as well. So keep an eye on that one.
Depends on how bad those tires are gonna get, to be fair.
Yeah.
Jendrik's tires didn't look like he was enjoying the last lap he had on those inters. And that was 12 laps on his inters.
There was a yellow flag. I think Black Phoenix has got damage. He's picked up more damage. He's behind Panda again. Awful
And
race for
you're
Black
right,
Phoenix.
he has lost some of his left wing.
Yeah, yeah.
In the meantime, Kelvin passing an AI as I realized it. Dino
Very
now
fast at
though,
points.
close to infinite. However, Dino, you have another straight, so don't be foolish.
He probably get better traction here, to be fair, with the new
Much better, I
inters.
would assume.
Yeah.
And it does look like it on the exit there too, as Dino has gained a lot of time on the exit alone. Now, side by side, actually tucks back into the slipstream, but now he's coming up on the side of Infinite. A small tap between the two there, but Dino, it looks like he will have this position.
Oh, a bit of argy-bargy here.
Oh, well, Infinite is keeping it around the outside and he keeps his
Fair play
position.
Yeah, fair play to him. He's not giving up.
Well, why
And,
should he? He is racing for position right now, Marshall.
yeah, exactly. So it's like a Pierre Gasly story, but he's just not winning. And yeah, Connor, it's just been a crazy race with weather. It's strategy. It just strategy's just helped the top runners.
Well, you ask us, Connor, but I'm calling Big Chungus on Lil Bro's account today.
Louis racing for him.
Wouldn't be the first time something like that would happen.
Get Louis in the last lap, catch JMK.
Now let's see though, Dino right on the back of Infinite here. Infinite managed to defend pretty well last time out, but will he be able to manage to defend another lap though?
Infinite looks like he's pulled away from Dino a bit there.
Louis in the chat, don't expose me like that, lads.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see then. Little Chungus followed by Dino down the long straight. Will he be able to defend that position again? Last time out he stayed on the outside line. Dino is going to take that inside line again.
I think the outside is better.
Infinite on the outside, Dino on the inside. Looks like Dino has it, but it goes very deep.
Infinite
And
switch back.
Infinite
He's
keeps
got it.
his position.
Oh,
Oh, and
Dion.
I see Dion in the background. Right into the wall.
Yeah, he's lost both his wings, so Betty's going to be all over him soon. But Dino must be getting frustrated behind Infinite.
Oh, with just two laps more. Infinite doesn't need to do a lot more defending, but it is quite interesting to see though how Infinite, who is quite new to league racing, getting challenged by Dino, who's well quite an experienced league racer, been in FP for ages, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah,
And
you are correct. And
Dino kind of making the rookie move in that corner when Infinite braked earlier.
Yeah, Infinite's driving really well here. He's just keeping his head and just keeping his head cool. And
Jendrik
at this rate,
challenging
he's
Dion now.
P2.
Dion who's struggling with his wing damage.
Dion's just going to drop soon. I think Luke will get him as well.
However, Dino is about to challenge Infinite once again. And Dino gonna stay behind on this straight. Now heading on to the second and the longest straight. Infinite with quite a wide line there. Now heading down this straight. Dino right behind him once again. Third lap in a row. He's gonna try to make his way past Infinite. Dino almost out
he's
of
squeezing.
ERS now. Infinite on the outside line once again. What is gonna happen this time? Dino
Oh, is
has
Infinite
gotten the move done finally.
longer than he wanted? But fair play to Infinite. He defended that position for his life.
Lickle telling Louis to go and ask Infinite if he has any penalties. To be fair, I think it would be best to just leave Infinite alone right now and let him concentrate on his race. He has one more lap to go. He's still in the podium position, but he has a charging Zabedi behind him.
Yeah.
And JMK is on for a dominating win in the end, and I don't think we would have suspected that after the first lap where I believe he got damage.
I don't think none of us would have predicted this top 10. Like, we've got Luke in 5th, James Kane in the lead. Yeah, sorry, 6th. Infinite in 3rd. Like, Black Phoenix only P9. So, Dino still getting good points over his rival.
Well, now let's see. Zabedi right now too far behind to do anything about Infinite. However, this second straight is where he's probably gonna have to defend, and not gonna lie, Marshall, considering how Infinite's been defending from Dino, still having 37% of ERS, it's quite well done.
Yeah,
and you can see
14 lap hold inches as well.
And you can see him using it now as he knows that he has Zabedi behind him. He knows that this is probably the last place he'll have to defend in this race. And Zabedi is gonna be way too far behind to make anything happening here. Oh, he actually taps Infinite in the rear and then loses his back end. However, JMK is going through the final few corners, well, almost through the S's and into the second to last corner right about now, before he's going to make his way through the final corner to cross the line in P1 here in the first Vietnam race in PSGL, before Dino is gonna come. Dino, who's coming charging around there, catching a lot of time, into second place in the end. Infinite is gonna cross the line to take his first points and almost the podium, but it's gonna be 4th place. Wait, 3rd place.
Wait, 3rd place? It said 4th place for me then.
It said 4th place for me for a moment too, so I'm a little confused, but nonetheless, it looks like he might have actually then taken his first podium as well as his first points.
Yeah, and Luke in P6 as well. He'll be chuffed with that. Panda P7. Black Phoenix with P8, Abmo P9, Kelvin is going to come home 10th.
Oh, is he? Then RP, that is an AI, same with Steed, and I Will Hit You Soon is the next driver. Down in 13th, he's gonna come over line to take 12th, then Urbanator over the line to take 14th. Juhofin is in the second last corner right now. And heading around the final corner to finish his race in 15th. Then CT Ice Demon, aka Matt Romano, to take 16th. And what a podium, Marshall.
Yeah, who said this race is going to be boring?
Well, I did, but
I think we both did.
Not gonna lie, it has been surprisingly entertaining. However, having a safety car every 4th lap or so does keep the field pretty well together as well, though.
Yeah, 3 safety cars, rain. Like, what a race, to be fair.
It was in the end, and well, I would say that also like the safety cars bringing us some of the quicker drivers a little further down the field too also makes it interesting with the fact that you'll see them try to make their way to the front again. But nonetheless, it is JMK who takes. Is that his first win there, actually?
I believe it's his first win. I'll check now.
Nonetheless, JMK takes the win here in Vietnam. Then we have Dino from 10th to 2nd in the end. Before we have PRJT Infinite from 13th to 3rd here. Sabetti in 4th. Then Jendrik in 5th. Then Baba O'Reilly in 6th. Before we have Pander in 7th. Black Phoenix in 8th. Abmo in 9th. Then BR Kelvin picking up the last point. Before we have RP in 11th, then I will hit you soon. Steve, Erminator, Juho Finn, CTI Stimmen. Then it was Dion. Did he DNF?
I don't know, I was just looking at the standings, and you're correct, it's JMK's first win and his 3rd podium this season.
Well done. I'm pretty sure he's going to be happy about that. If you could get the drivers in for interviews, Marshall.
Yeah.
Meantime, I'm going to have a little look here, and Big C, Lickle and Louis all seems to be to have been surprised by Infinite's high position during the race, and also in the end for that matter.
Yeah, he kept his head, like, seeing someone so new at league racing, keeping his head like that against Dino, he drove really well then. Just, he made all his right strategy calls as well.
He did, and also when he got attacked by Dino there, to obviously the natural instinct for most people is to take the inside line while defending, but
Yeah.
he took the smart call and took the outside line, and one of the times he just got a better exit. The other time Dino went too deep and he made a switchback. Surprising, but also nice to see.
Yeah, it's like, to be fair, I didn't notice the outside was better until Infinite started doing it. Like, you just get better traction out of the corner.
Well, you do, but you gotta make sure that you actually stay alongside him so he can't take that wide over line out of the corner. That's when you get the better traction.
And to be fair, Infinite had really old inches as well, because
He did.
Was it one of the Renaults pitted? I think it was you, JMK, who pitted with old inters.
Yes, I did it with interest, but my front wing and I
Okay. Yeah, we'll start interviews in a minute, see if Dino's in, because we've got JMK and Infinite in the party right now. Try and get Dino in.
Well, to be fair, Marshall, you could start with 3rd place while we're waiting on Dino.
I'm just inviting him again quickly. Okay, so you want me to start now, Sandro?
Go for it.
Okay, so Infinite, are you here? First question.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so what a race tonight! You first points of the season, and you made it a podium. You must be over the moon with that. How you feel?
Yeah, I'm rather happy to be fair. My brother came in and was even surprised I got podium.
Yeah, we've been reading the chat. Nickel, Big Z, A River, Louis, all been like
Yeah.
supporting it and saying how's he so high up. So,
Yeah.
has Louis been teaching you some secrets?
No, not really. He's been trying to like not teach me anything, to be honest. I've had to learn most of it myself.
Ah, good brother.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I've got to say, like, how was you think? No, sorry. What was you thinking when Dino was just pressuring you lap after the lap? You was under pressure every lap, and you just kept your head. How? Oh, voice crack. How?
I knew he was going to overtake me because my tyres were absolutely like gone. I think on the last lap I had like 70% on my rears. So I was just trying to hold him off for as long as possible and see if I could maybe try and stop him from getting past me.
Yeah, I did notice you was on old inters, and Dino was on fresher inters, but like 7 laps younger than yours, I believe.
Yeah.
And you was getting as good traction out of him, like out of the corners than him. So you must be like the Sergio Perez of this tier because, well, with Juho, because your tie saving there was really good.
Yeah. I,
So
I'm pretty proud of myself tonight anyway.
yeah, it should be. That was a mega race from you with every strategy call you got on spot on as well. So congrats about that. Proper good race. And Sanjay, have you got a quick question for Infinite?
Well, first of all, just congratulations with your first points and first podium for that matter.
Thank
I don't
you.
think many people expected it today, and I know I didn't myself either. You have struggled in the start of the season, but nonetheless, though, you managed to pull out a stunner today. And next week we're heading to Japan, so another Asian country, another difficult track for many people. But any expectations for that track?
I'm expecting to try and get points, but we'll just see how it goes.
Do you think you could manage to sneak another podium?
Possibly, but it's going to be difficult and it's going to take a lot of practice.
Don't I know? Nonetheless, though, you've had a great race today, so enjoy that and good luck for next week.
Alright. Cheers.
You're welcome. And then,
Who's
Marshall,
got Dino in the party next? Do you want me to start with Dino as well?
go ahead.
Okay, so Dino, so obviously congrats on your P2. Good points over um, Black Phoenix tonight, so you must be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a good result for the drivers. So I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it. A lot of collisions all round. I think Phoenix got unlucky with his incident.
Well, yeah, what happened, Steve? I thought he just like lagged out, or
Nah, I think him, Jendrik, and Sabetti all collided after the hairpin. I think
oh, okay.
Sabetis hit the wall, I believe, and then hit Phoenix. From what Marcus said, so he was spectating it all.
Yeah, but to be fair, at least one Ferrari got on the podium tonight, and
Yeah, true.
I think he got good points over Alfa Romeo tonight. So
Yeah,
that's good for both championships. So
yeah, it's very helpful for us. Steve's he was annoyed with himself. He's messaged me after the race and like jokingly saying, "Oh, you hate me now." It's just like, no, shit happens in races.
yeah, to be fair, Steve had really good pace in qualifying. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
he's
talk about qualifying as well. Me and Sandra was kind of surprised how low down you were. We thought you'd be up there. So what was the issue in quality? Or was you on a wet setup?
no, I was on a dry setup. I did a banker lap first time round, and then I was about a second up coming into the middle sector, and well, going into the final sector, I've clipped the wall, so I've lost a lot of time. Just improved my time ever so slightly. So
Yeah. And
bit annoying.
finally, like that battle with Infinite at the end. What was he thinking? Was he getting frustrated behind
Oh,
him, not
yeah,
finding a way past?
I was getting so frustrated. So I knew,
Yeah,
like, right, get past him quick. I know JMK's had a 3 second time penalty. Try closing as much as possible. Maybe sneak the win on the pen, but nah, Infinite's done really well this week. It's a good podium for him.
yeah.
He had a lot of straight line speed.
I think he might have had a bit more battery than you at the end.
Yeah, possibly. I was running out halfway down the straight, so.
But yeah, you good results tonight. Getting P2 again. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how many podiums that is this season. You've had a few already.
I believe that is my fifth so far this season.
Fifth.
Yeah, so
5 in 8
that
races. I'll take it.
yeah, so what's your thoughts on the championship? Do you think you can close the gap again to Black Phoenix next week in
uh,
Japan?
I think he'll come. Phoenix will come back stronger. He'll be back ahead of me. He'll extend that lead. He's a very quick driver. I need him to have a couple of bad races for me to really start thinking about it. But to be in P2 in my first equal season after 8 races, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and leading the constructors as well. So if you win the constructors,
It's a
that
big
must be
help for us.
it must be a really good season for you.
Yeah.
And Sandra, you got any quick questions for Dino?
Well, first of all, the battle with Infinite there, like you yourself being an experienced driver in here in PSGL. I can't remember how many seasons in FP you have, but
I've lost
still
count.
though,
Too
still
many.
though, getting mugged off twice there by the rookie
Yeah.
before you got past. Like, how frustrating was it actually? Like, from a scale of 1 to 10.
I'd say kind of like a 6, 7. I was getting really frustrated, so I knew I had better pace than him. It's just getting down that straight. He just got a better. He had a good run off the long right left-hander before at the roundabout.
The roundabout.
Fair enough.
He got a good run off of there before me. So yeah, it was a bit annoying, but I got past him in the end, so I'll take it.
Indeed, and always good to see some new drivers showing good pace too. But nonetheless, we're heading to Japan next week. How is that track for you, and what are you expecting?
Hit and miss track in the past. I've had a couple of good races there. I've had some woeful races, but if I can keep the consistency, keep kind of like top 6 range, I'll be happy with it no matter what.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, congratulations on second place today, and good luck for next week.
Yeah, it's a good birthday gift for me, put it that way.
Well, happy birthday then.
Yeah, cheers lads.
You're welcome.
Well done JMK as well on the win.
And then I'll let you start off with the winner of today, Marshall.
Yeah, so JMK, is your third podium this season and your first of the season, so you must be buzzing like that around Vietnam as well. Was you expecting that?
I didn't expect the win today because I was given to practice for 1.5 hours only, and I ran twice at the race. So it wasn't perfect for me. I made few collisions with some other drivers from the league on my way back to the podium after I completely changed my front wing. But I'm happy with my result, and it is actually my fourth podium of the season.
Oh, is it your fourth?
Yes.
Oh, my bad then. So do you reckon you can carry on this momentum throughout the season, or do you think this was like a one-off?
I hope I can maintain this for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and oh, I forgot what I was going to ask next. Sandra, I'll let you ask the Japan question, because I know you like doing that.
Well, Japan next week, JMK. Could we expect you to take another win or at least a podium?
I don't think you can expect me to get a win, but I hope I can get the podium because it is one of my goals tracks on the current track this season.
See. Well, nonetheless, though, fourth podium today, so it could be the fifth one next week. And currently, you are sitting in fourth place in the championship standings. Or actually, thinking about it, you will probably be sitting in third place after today. So, like, objective of the season now. Do you still think you are in for the win, or are you mostly like looking at that top 3 finish?
I think top 3 finish in the end of the season for my first league racing season ever is very good. So I am aiming for that.
It would be indeed. Now, Marshall, have you remembered your question?
Just to let you know, Sanjay, JNK will be 1 point behind Alamonda in the championship.
Oh, very close then.
So yeah, do you think you and Alamonda will have a scrap throughout the season for that P3?
I think it will be a close battle between us, but I hope I can be chosen the championship at the end of the season.
Yeah, and also on the constructors, do you think you could get closer to the top 2 teams, Ferrari and Alfa Romeo? Because it's currently P3, 11 points behind Alfa Romeo.
I think so, because the gap isn't that big, and we close into Alfa Romeo, and I think we close also into Ferrari, so I hope so.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how you get on throughout the season, see if you can challenge the top 2 teams, make it a 3-way fight for the Constructors' Championship. So, congrats on your first win this season, and your 4th on of the season as well, so 4th podium, so
Yeah,
see you next week, and
yeah,
congrats.
thank you.
Goodbye.
And with that, Marshall, is there anything else you want to add?
Just crazy race.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, we've seen new people in the points like Luke, Infinite as well, so good. That's really good for them, boosted their confidence. And first win for JMK, builds his confidence into the future, so yeah, it's been a good race.
It has indeed. And with that, we are gonna finish off the stream then. But before we do that, we'd like to mention PSGL's official partner, Brutal Democracy, once again. You can find them on brutaldemocracy.com or at BDG_esports on Twitter for some content. You'll find them on One Brutal Force on Twitch, Brutal Democracy on YouTube, and Brutal Democracy on Instagram. Sponsoring the league with 250 quid for the top 3 winner tiers in a prize pool. And also, with that out of the picture, make also sure to like and subscribe to the channel. You can now head to the F10 race currently going on with a safety car on lap 10 currently. So that could be something to watch out for. It was an exciting race here in the end. But with that, I've been Sondre Sorg, joined by Lewis Marshall. This has been PSGL F11 round 8 around Vietnam. And with that, good night.
Goodbye.